One very autistic girl, a house full of uniquely strange contestants, an insane game show host, and a mysterious spirit lurking in the night. This is Fish Tank.
I got drip, 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 drippy drop.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today we're going to be talking about Fish Tank. Fish Tank is the newest project of controversial comedian Sam Hyde, and from what I understand, the mastermind behind the whole thing is Jet Neptune, one of his employees. Now, to fully disclose my own bias here, I am friends with Jet, but I'm not one to let my friendship cloud my judgment of a project's quality, and, well, this one is definitely of insane quality. Fish Tank is a reality show in the same style as Big Brother. It's a house full of contestants, and the show itself is viewable on their website, fishtank.live. Here we have sort of a Five Nights at Freddy's type view of things with different camera angles from throughout the house, including every room apart from the bathroom, so we can see every moment of these people's lives throughout this period of time. And I'm pretty sure they don't have access to phones during this thing, so for entertainment, they're basically forced to interact with each other and be friends or enemies, you know? They can't play video games, they can't just like go around and be absorbed in some virtual world apart from those who live with them. They literally have to interact with those around them to be entertained and not go insane. Or there's a possibility that the people around them will make them go insane. Whatever happens, you know? And I guess the showrunners are banking on these interpersonal interactions being interesting enough to keep the show going, and from what I've seen, they definitely are. I personally also really like the aesthetics of everything on the website with the little static effects and the whole logo up in the corner. I mean, if you guys watch my videos, you know I tend to overdose on static and VHS type stuff, but I really like the way that the site looks. And at the end of the show, there's a $10,000 prize for whoever remains in the house. And people basically will get periodically kicked out of the house as challenges happen, and different contestants will be removed throughout the show. And my prediction is basically that for the most part, the guys running the show selected the most socially, maladjusted, awkward, most gullible individuals they could find. People who are unassuming and probably don't think someone will try to f them over. People who aren't super paranoid about the world. I wouldn't say they're stupid, they're just kind of naive, more so. And I also think that they mostly pick people who are very unfamiliar with Sam Hyde and Million Dollar Extreme in general, with one exception, which I will get to as we go over the contestants for the show, who are listed on the website under the contestants page, which we're gonna, check out right now and see all the contestants and see what they're like. We're gonna get a little peek into their world, okay? Meet Violetta, a 23-year-old with a bubbly and scattered personality hailing from Alberta, Canada. Currently unemployed, she spends her days journaling and playing video games, but her real passion lies in connecting with others. Violetta loves to spend time hanging out with friends on Discord and learning about people from all walks of life. Her curious nature and desire for connection make her a great listener and a joy to be around. However, Violetta is not afraid to speak her mind when it comes to men behaving stereotypically. Bro, she sucks. She's easily annoyed by those who fall into the trap of toxic masculinity and is not afraid to call them out on their behavior. With her infectious personality and desire for genuine connection, Violetta is sure to be a memorable and lovable contestant on the show. So get ready to see her bring her unique perspective and bubbly energy to the Fish Tank. Okay, so first off the bat, I'm going to say that this girl is freaking evil. And why? Why do I say that? Well, frankly, she meets the femcel, manipulator phenotype of a girl that's not inherently ugly or anything or bad looking, but has a specific list of features like their slightly upturned nose, strong jaw, long brown hair, and glasses. Strong, what are those lines that go down from your nose to below, your mouth or whatever? Jowls? I don't really know what you call them, but she has those lines which are strong, which are a big part of the female manipulator phenotype. I mean, she's basically a spitting image of Isabella Janke, and additionally, the description about her from how she hates toxic masculinity, how she spends all day on Discord. Maybe if this was 2015, 2016, this would be more typical, but nobody normal in current year, especially someone as young as her, a real Zoomer at 23 years old, would be talking this way unless there's something terribly wrong with them. Just doesn't add up to me, frankly. So my prediction right off the bat is that this girl's going to be evil in some way. Maybe she's going to manipulate some of the contestants. Maybe she'll try to backstab one of them. But considering she spends most of her time on Discord playing video games, she's probably somewhat socially strange as well, not totally with it, has trouble forming long-term relationships with others in real life. Maybe that's why she spends all of her time on Discord. Her interactions seem somewhat normal, but there's always something off about them. There's always an air of uncomfortability when I see her interact with people. She can seem outgoing, but that's how she gets you. So watch out for her, guys, as you guys watch the show. I think Violetta is going to be one of the more cunning and manipulative contestants, and just be ready, okay? Next, we have Simmons, who is 29 years old and is from China. So let's see what his personality is like. Simmons is a singer who has a deep passion for music. He often reflects on his childhood and wishes he had a singing mentor who could have helped him hone his craft earlier in life. However, Simmons is dedicated to becoming the best singer he can be and is always striving to improve his abilities. In addition to singing, Simmons has a love for roller skating and was once a champion in the sport. He's also an accomplished traveler, having visited 7 different countries while working on a cruise ship. Simmons has a fierce athletic spirit and is always looking for new challenges and experiences. He's excited to bring that same energy and enthusiasm to the fish tank, where he can showcase his talents and continue to learn and grow as both a singer and a person. In fact, Simmons is so dedicated to music that he's even started teaching others about singing on his Instagram page. With his passion, dedication, and diverse experiences, Simmons is sure to make a big impression on the show. So I decided to go check out this dude's Instagram page to see his singing, and it wasn't like terrible necessarily, but to be like 30 years old singing like this, he probably should be a little better, just saying. But it's just not the best thing in the world. It's not great, to be honest with you.
The sea throws rock together, but time leave us polished stone.
But, you know, he's out there, he's showing off his personality, he's not doing anything negative, he's trying to sing and be like a successful musician, so good for him on that note. You know, I'm not going to shit on him too hard. Sorry if if you're watching this after the show, Simmons, and I upset you in some way. I'm sorry, buddy. You know what, I think you're a great guy, okay? Now, his bio also reads, singing cutie, and he seems to be an aspiring singing influencer. I mean, to his credit, he does have 10,000 followers, which is pretty good, but his engagement seems low for an account of that size on Instagram. But I digress. Now, in the description here, he seems to be relatively innocent, but he is older than the other contestants by a few years, and he has a lot more life experience under his belt as a result, and this may change the game for him. You know, most of the others are just out of college, really, while he is nearly 30 years of age, so he could know a lot more about interpersonal relationships than them and be able to navigate these waters a bit better. Overall, he seems pretty mellow, which can't hurt. You know, it's good to be non-confrontational, but at the same time, you don't want to be, a pushover, right? Now, from these clips, he seems to be a pretty outgoing person. For example, he decided to lead a group improv session at one point.
It's called agreement. So let's say I started to sing and say, hey, I'm having such a bad day, my girlfriend was just being such a pain in the ass, right? And then you could be like, so what would you do?
What did she do?
Yeah, so that would be a natural response, right?
Yeah.
That's good too. You can use that too. So in this case, if we're using agreement, it's called. You say yes, and you say and.
Yes, and.
Yes. What would you say now?
Yes, and my girlfriend was also being a pain in the.
Exactly. Now you tell your story, right? So the direction of the story changes and become a funny story, right? Yeah. So we're gonna do that one at a time, right? So we're gonna each start the story, and then each of us is gonna add on to the story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so I already did that. Who wants to go next?
And he's also been practicing some, whatever this is, with his feet against the wall, trying to engage in some self-suck, perhaps. So Simmons is definitely a unique contestant. Next, we have our resident 4chan goth girl from the house, Sylvia. Now, before we read her description, I decided to go to her Instagram page first of all. Her Instagram is called Pissrupt, which then led me to her SoundCloud page. Her SoundCloud is a bunch of tracks she likes to listen to, and right off the bat, we have Negative XP. So we know what kind of girl this is, guys. I mean, a girl who listens to Negative XP, guys, we have a fake cell in the fish tank. But other than that, she seems to like a lot of scene and emo type music, hyperpop remixes of those genres. She seems to be very, very online, very internet poisoned, so to speak, based off the aesthetics she enjoys, her outfits and stuff like that. And her outfit is definitely reflective of her music taste as well. Meet Sylvia, the bold and unapologetic musician and artist from Tulsa, Oklahoma. At just 23 years old, Sylvia has already made a name for herself on Instagram, where she goes by the alias Pissrupt. With her sharp opinions and outgoing personality, Sylvia is a force to be reckoned with. As a musician, Sylvia creates music under the name Dream Substance, blending her raw emotions and experiences into her sound. Her music is a reflection of her edgy and unconventional personality, and it's no surprise that she's a huge fan of the iconic punk rock icon Courtney Love. Dude, no. We have a fucking Courtney Love girl in the fish tank, guys. Listen, she's definitely going to cause some issues for the other contestants based on that, okay? I don't really know my zodiac signs, but I'm going to go ahead and say that she probably has a rather dramatic negative one that causes interpersonal strife often. Despite her strong personality, Sylvia's not afraid of being isolated, and she's always up for a challenge. She's determined to showcase her talent and stand out from the crowd, and she's ready to take on any obstacle that comes her way. Her confidence and determination make her a strong presence wherever she goes. goes, and she's sure to make an impact on any reality show she appears on. Get ready to see Sylvia in action as she takes on new challenges and shows the world what she's made of. With her talent, passion, and fearless attitude, she is sure to become a fan favorite and a force to be reckoned with. Now, my prediction right off the bat is that she's going to have some kind of big conflict with the men in the house. I think one of them will say something she finds insensitive or wrong or stupid, something she finds very objectionable, something that sounds maybe misogynistic, and that's going to set her off, and she's going to become enraged and upset at the Moids, and this will cause some kind of argument in the house, and I think a lot of the men are going to have a disdain for her, okay? I've met girls like this in real life, and no shade to them, but they often do cause interpersonal strife with men. Maybe they're just more willing to call men out. Maybe the other women in their life aren't as critical of the men in their life, and she's willing to cross that barrier. But whatever the case is, I think that she's going to cause more of an argument, and who can really complain about that? I mean, that's what the content is all about, right? Interpersonal conflict, people backstabbing each other, alliances being made. So I'm really looking forward to seeing whatever may go down between them in the future. I also think that she kind of serves as kind of a foil to Violetta. I think she may have some strife with her, or they'll become allies, right? The relationship, in my opinion, can't be neutral. It just wouldn't work. They're like fire and ice. Something has to occur between the two of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our next contestant, we have Josie, who's already a fan favorite for the show. I've seen a ton of tweets about it. People like her a lot. They see her as the like autistic, perfect cutie or whatever, because at any moment that you turn into Fish Tank, she seems to be doing something repetitive to stim, basically, right? And have a little fun. She's either walking in a circle, or she's like playing with a little fidget spinner, or she's playing with like some weird toy, or listening to music and like, you know, doing weird movements with her hands. She's spinning around in a chair. She just can't help but do these repetitive movements constantly. And there's already actually been a little bit of conflict where Josie was playing with a toy and playing loud music before bed, which apparently prevented Violetta from sleeping, and this upset her a little bit. And Josie's reaction, instead of like being really apologetic, was basically just to continue playing with her toy and be like, sorry, and then just keep going. Like, she does not give a sorry, but not sorry. Now let's look at her description a little bit to find out a little bit more about her apart from the clips that we just watched. An artist hailing from the sunny state of Arizona. Despite her shy and introverted nature, Josie is a creative force to be reckoned with. With a passion for film and media, she attended college to hone her skills and develop her artistic voice. Josie is a self-proclaimed anime enthusiast. No! I know 4chan is gonna love this girl, okay? And I know you guys are gonna love this girl on TV. I don't really like girls who are really into anime. I don't know what to say. I just don't. Then again, my girlfriend really likes anime, so I don't know. And has a particular affinity for Dance Dance Revolution. Cue the video of Adam Lanza being like fire at Dance Dance Revolution. Her love for gaming is evident in her pink and white gaming chair, which takes pride of place in her bedroom alongside her collection of highly regarded animated series plushies. They're definitely like trolling her in this description. They're just making fun of her for having so much soy in her room and so much useless crap. Which honestly, like, you know, I say this and I like make fun of her for it, as I have a whole shelf full of Legos behind me, so I really don't have much room to speak. Although she may come across as a little awkward at first, Josie is not easily fazed. She embraces her introverted nature and uses it to fuel her creativity, producing artwork that is as unique and compelling as she is. With her quiet determination and passion for her craft, Josie's ready to take on the world and show everyone what she's made of. Don't be fooled by her shy exterior. Josie is sure to leave a lasting impression on anyone she meets. So yeah, I mean, Josie, as I said, is already a fan favorite. There's all these guys like gooning over her already, and this description just reaffirms that, because she's like shy and she's not outwardly like wearing like, you know, revealing clothing. There's no crop tops being worn by her, in contrast to Violetta, who always seems to be wearing more tight-fitting clothing. And I'm not trying to shame her or anything or say she can't wear that stuff. I mean, that's totally normal clothing and it's fine to wear. But obviously, there's a certain demographic on 4chan that really likes girls who are more kind of conserved. They have interests similar to them, like video games and art, and they're not so boastful, so brash, you know what I mean? Not very outgoing. And she seems innocent, which they also like a lot as well. She seems to be the most outwardly innocent person, in fact, out of all the contestants. Unless there's something really weird about her we do not know, I expect her to mostly keep to herself, complete the challenges the best she can, and a lot of people really want her to win Fish Tank right now. A lot of people are Team Josie. Whereas someone like Violetta may want to complete challenges as fast as possible, Josie would probably take her time and eventually get to the right result regardless, and perhaps be more correct than the others, actually. You know, she may do a better job than the others in terms of performing the challenges. I predict a sort of tortoise in the hare situation from her where she's not so concerned with beating the other contestants, she's just more concerned on staying in her own lane and winning, to the point that she may manage to win. On the other hand, she may get distracted during all the challenges by like a light or something, or like something that looks fun to play with. I don't know, Legos or something, a toy alligator, a fidget spinner maybe on the floor, and she may get instantly distracted and just go play with that for hours and forget where she is. So she may have a hard time completing challenges. I guess we'll really have to see on that one. I personally am rooting for her in my top 2. I think she's very nice, very wholesome. But also I'm curious to see what you guys think and who you want to win. So be sure to drop a comment down below in the comment section letting me know who you're rooting for in Fish Tank. Always good to hear what you guys have to say. And for our next contestant to go over, we have Moro, who I would say is outwardly a very innocent, unassuming guy as well. He seems pretty, just kind of gullible. Many think he would not do anything evil to anyone else in order to win, but time will tell with that one. With his easygoing and agreeable nature, Moro is known for being one of the friendliest people you could encounter. He has a natural charm that puts people at ease, and he's always happy to lend a helping hand. Moro is a bit of a phone addict, but he uses it to stay connected with his loved ones and keep up with his favorite reality TV shows. So apparently this guy is actually like a reality TV fan, so he probably will be an interesting addition here. He probably knows some of the tropes of Big Brother and stuff like that, right? He's a big fan of the genre and has seen many popular reality shows, making him an excellent source of trivia for any fan of the format. He'll sort of be the self-insert, I guess, for the average reality TV fan, right? While Moro is highly loyal to his friends and family, he has a strong aversion to people who lie to him.
If someone lied to me during the show, I would definitely talk to them.
He believes in honesty and integrity and always strives to be truthful in his own life. With his affable personality and vast knowledge of reality TV, Moro is ready to take on new challenges and show the world what he's made of, all while staying true to his friendly and honest nature. And Moro just seems like a nice dude from everything I've seen in the show. He just wants to make friends. He doesn't like liars. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know, he's just a nice kid. Then we have Jonathan, a kind fellow with a speech impediment. And the last time I tuned into the show, he was talking about day trading and how he and his brother were trying to get good at trading stocks. He was like, yeah, man, crypto's so cool, but like crypto's just like unregulated and people don't realize its potential yet. Like verbatim, that's what this dude was saying, but with a speech impediment. So he's educated on this new finance world and new technology, right? Watch out for him, guys. If you piss him off, he might try to short your stock. He also seems to have a fascination with Andrew Tate, which is pretty funny. He's talked about him like once every hour during the entire show. Seems to really be a big fan of him.
So like different cryptos do different things. For example, a compete is also a video game token. So then you buy that token and that's how you use it in a video game. Or XRP is what they use worldwide for banks to exchange currencies. So like each one has its own purpose.
This individual is a true jack of all trades, between working in commercial lending, running a small electric bicycle business, opening a restaurant, and modeling. He's always on the go and always giving 100%. Although he may have a speech impediment, is often mistaken for a European accent, adding to his unique and charismatic presence. Prior to his diverse career path, Jonathan was a wildland firefighter, honing his skills in isolation and adventure. He isn't afraid of anything and embraces new opportunities and risks with open arms. Jonathan's adventurous spirit and love for learning have helped him thrive in various fields, and he's always on the lookout for the next challenge to tackle. With his drive and passion, there's no doubt that he'll continue to make waves in whatever he does next. I'm just wondering how he did all of this at like 24 years old. The guy seems to be some kind of aspiring entrepreneur, okay? He really gets around. By the way, major shout out to whoever said that his speech impediment is often mistaken for a European accent. Nobody is mistaking it for that, bro. Whoever wrote these descriptions and is like covertly, slyly making fun of each of them in a very, very slight way is a genius, man. For our second to last contestant, we have Vance, the everyman who I personally am voting for in the Fish Tank neck and neck against Josie. I like him quite a bit. Introducing Vance, a 25-year-old delivery driver from Auburn, Washington. With his disarming and goofy personality, Vance is always up for a good laugh and loves to mess around with people. In fact, he's pretty darn good at it. Vance's love for baseball is evident. He even asked if he could bring his cleats to the show. He's always up for a game, even if it's just throwing a ball around with his fellow contestants. Although he may seem carefree and lighthearted, Vance does have some nerves about forgetting he's being filmed and accidentally getting naked? He's afraid he'll get naked in front of the camera? I mean, I guess you just like are changing or something. Maybe you sleep naked and you're concerned you might roll out of bed in the middle of the night to take a piss and you're being filmed. I don't know. It sounds like a funny concern though. But hey, sometimes you just gotta let it all hang out, right? So true. Before joining the show, Vance felt stuck in a rut and was searching for something drastic to shake up his life. Fish Tank seemed like the perfect opportunity, and he's ready to dive headfirst into whatever challenges come his way. With his infectious personality and willingness to have fun, Now, this one is strange. Infectious personality. I'm going to be honest, I don't see the infectious personality from Vance from everything I've seen. He seems more reserved and, I don't know, not infectious, I would say. Vance is sure to be a memorable contestant on the show, so watch out, because once he gets going, there's no stopping him. Now, Vance is pretty distant from the other contestants. He's more reserved from what I've seen, not nearly as open or talkative. When Violetta sits on the couch next to him and tries to, like, kind of cuddle next to him and be all cute, he just does not give a he does not care. He was not playing into it. Vance is wondering how he can kill Violetta, while Violetta is wondering how she can fuck Vance. And I just like his aversion and awkwardness around the women in the house. I appreciate it, okay? I want Vance to win alongside Josie. I think there's only one winner, though, so if anyone has to win, I'm probably gonna choose him. Because, let's be honest, he needs that 10K, bro, okay? She's already got her plushies and whatever. She probably lives with her parents. I want him to win. And for our final contestant, we have Daniel, the negative XP lookalike. And, in my opinion, the guy who's not like the rest, the guy who's a little different, a little off, the guy who may be the plant. He's an industry plant, okay, guys, in the fish tank house. I think he's in on it. I'm pretty sure he's in on it anyway. At the very least, I know he's a fan of Sam and Joey and is likely to know more about the tone and humor that the show is going for, which will give him an edge against the other contestants. You know, he's not nearly as gullible or naive. A San Francisco native who embodies the essence of the West Coast, laid back, always ready to smoke and down for anything, he's half Filipino and half Irish, but his humor makes it hard to tell if he's joking about his ethnicity. Damiel is an influencer and rapper known for posting hilarious content on his Instagram page at TheRealestDamiel. He got his start as a Vine star, but is now looking to break into the reality TV show world to take his career to the next level. With his comedic talent and charismatic personality, Damiel is sure to bring some laughs and entertainment to the show. Whether he's freestyling or cracking jokes, he knows how to keep things light and entertaining, but don't let his easygoing nature fool you, because Damiel is also a savvy media mogul in the making. He's constantly pushing himself to try new things and grow his brand, and Fish Tank is just the latest adventure on his journey to success. So get ready to see Damiel in action, because he's sure to bring the heat and show us all what he's made of. Now, it's clear to me this guy's a plant somewhat for a few reasons, or at least is acting more than the other contestants, okay? The other contestants seem sincere to me and just themselves. He is definitely playing dumb to some level, okay? And I'll give my reasons why. First of all, his behavior on the show, he's more awkward than the rest. He's definitely more like strange than the rest, but it feels a little fake to me. It feels a little contrived. Secondly, if you go to his account on Instagram, he's followed by Sam, Joey, Chris, or B9 Tumor, Jet Neptune, Joey, and Big Flame. These are all people who work for Sam, and none of these guys follow the other contestants. It's just him who they all follow. So at the very least, they all knew of this guy prior to the show, and I'm guessing they didn't know about the other contestants. So from like right off the bat, they all know this dude more than the others, right? And on top of that, if you look at his account, he's clearly one of these like ironic rapper, memer types, right? He posts pictures with the weird filters and is clearly in on the same sense of humor as someone like Joey. I think a lot of people call this post-ironic humor. I just call it retarded. But yeah, the dude's clearly, to me at least, somewhat more familiar with the show and Sam Hyde than the others, if not a full-on plant. That's my prediction. I believe at one moment he was actually pulled to the side when the other contestants were not really around so he could talk to someone off camera. I just think the dude could be some kind of plant by the showrunners. I don't know it. Maybe they're not really going to communicate with him, but I just think that he maybe is more of an actor, so to speak, or he's playing more into, you know, what people think would be entertaining than the others, and the others are just being themselves. I mean, people inside the house are already accusing him of being in on it, so to speak, and being some kind of plant.
8 contestants.
I'm fully vaccinated with 2 boosters. Left profile.
6 weeks.
We're definitely gonna have to team up and then kick everyone out. I like cover my ears and start screaming and have like an autism meltdown.
No privacy.
I've been in over like 100 fights. I could for real like scrap with anybody.
No phone.
The longest I've been without my phone, probably like a week or 2.
We heard what you said.
If someone lied to me during the show, I would definitely talk to them.
One of my role models is Jesus and probably Andrew Tate.
I don't think I have any questions right now.
Literally every single contestant is seriously autistic. This is the TV show of the century. Sam wasn't lying when he said he got the most gullible people. Andrew Tate enjoyer, fat awkward guy, vaccinated side profile, autism girl, Fight Club psycho, 4chan alt girl. Looks like a perfect cast so far. This will either end bloody or boring. Now with the contestants out of the way, what has happened so far, guys? Well, the contestants out of boredom have spent a lot of time just talking to each other. They've done some improv, as I said before, led by Simmons. They played hide and seek at one point while I was watching today. And around midnight of the first day, their host, Jason Goldstriker, came in and issued their first challenge. They had to count bags of rice on the floor. The bags were like filled with white rice and like brown basmati rice, and they had to count the white rice grains on the floor in order to win like money. Will this ever happen on Big Brother? Let me ask you. A challenge so difficult and so needlessly like stupid? No, I don't think so. And believe it or not, Sylvia actually won the first challenge, which I believe gives her $1,000. And they were also given a new mini challenge for the next day, which was to write an essay about the show and what they want to accomplish with it. Now, there's already a whole community around this show brewing with multiple update accounts, the biggest of which has 15,000 followers on Twitter in less than 24 hours, which is pretty insane. And they basically tweet updates constantly about what's happening. For example, the first text-to-speech donation came through and the account tweeted John's reaction. And it's a great account for constant updates or catching up on what you missed, as it's hard to tune into the show all day. That being said, definitely the best way to tune into the show is just to watch it directly on their website, you know? I personally found myself staying up way too late last night to watch the show and just enjoy it because it's a lot of fun. I almost feel like I'm one of the contestants at this point because it's simultaneously boring at times, but I also can't look away. I just like watching their interpersonal interactions, you know what I mean? I like watching them just like talk. I like watching them just hang out. And then something interesting does happen and it's like, oh, things are getting real now. I feel glued to it. Fish Tank is like my pacifier at all moments, okay? I need it to function. Without it, I'm nothing. I cannot get work done. I cannot sleep. I need it on in the background constantly as white noise. I need to just listen to Josie's stim all the time. But apparently there's also some sort of spirit that haunts the halls if the contestants are sleeping, which is obviously part of the show.
The entity is harmless. Completely harmless, okay? So that can't hurt you unless you make eye contact with it. It cannot cross the threshold into your bedrooms, but the entity does wander the halls at night.
Oh my god.
When everyone is asleep. Now, if someone's awake, the entity does not make a visit. So if you want to be awake in shifts, I don't know, that's maybe what I would do, but hey, just remember, don't make eye contact. Do not try to talk to the entity. You will be fine. That's all from me for the night. Thank you very much, and good luck.
What's going to happen if you talk to them?
Something fucked up.
Do not make eye contact with the entity. Many are speculating the entity is Frank Hassel. I guess we'll see what happens as the show goes on. But yeah, I'm just super excited to see how it pans out, see how these challenges go down for all involved, and to see who the winner is, obviously, because there's stakes involved with this $10,000 cash prize, and whoever wins is definitely going to get a pretty big social media following after this, you know? The spurgery is palpable, and I am loving every single second of it. If you guys want to see the show yourselves, go to fishtank.live, and if you want to see my commentary on it, then just subscribe here to see my videos, because I'll definitely be posting more about it as more happens. I'll probably be doing some stream reactions to it. This is one of the more ambitious projects I've seen on the internet in a long time, and I'm personally hyped to see how it goes down. The site apparently peaked at nearly 60,000 active viewers, which is a pretty big deal, especially for like a new site, you know? With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, leave a dislike if you disliked it, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on everything I had to say here. Check out my Instagram at TomButDark, and I will see you all in the next video real soon. Tomorrow. Bye.